Is there a difference in working with a network like YouTube versus, producing for TV, linear TV that we're used to seeing?
100%.
Yeah, what's that like?
I mean, I think there's a lot of ways it's different. I mean, one is it's a new network, so they're trying to figure some things out, and we were the first show they ordered, so they were, sometimes we'd ask questions. They were like, "We don't know. We'll get back to you."
Yeah, we haven't done that yet.
We haven't done that yet, which was kind of cool because they were like, we're not stuck in one way of doing things. But also, I think because we have some good relationships with people. I've known Suzanne Daniels for 20-something years, and I think she really trusted us, as some of the other executives there, and they really let us have the kind of creative freedom that we were hoping for there. I mean, that was, I don't want to say it was like a spoken trade-off, but like new network, they're risk takers, they let us go for it.
Yeah, some of the ways they're different are some of the same ways that other streaming platforms are different. They're focused on binge viewing. The way they look at their audience and the segments of their audience is totally different than the way cable broader networks do. But then there's specifics of YouTube and how they view their audience and their community, and how they communicated it to us for our show is unique to them.
Yeah, I mean, they have like a built-in marketing mechanism with their YouTubers, and I mean, we saw it kick in ways that you can't get on other networks. There were YouTubers who were tied into our show, and there was a stunt that they did where somebody was teleporting into YouTubers' videos, and that was driving people to our show. Like, that's a unique marketing opportunity that you couldn't get anywhere else.
There's no other platform that could even think of doing something like that.
That was pretty cool.
For my fans who haven't seen the show yet, I want to get them to be stoked about it. There are a lot of shows out there about powers and mystery and supernatural phenomenon. What stands out or unique about the Olympus?
I think there's a few things.
There's definitely a few things. One of the things that we talk about all the time is that we're a show where a superpower is not a blessing; it's more of a curse. That it comes with trade-offs. So I mean, the most obvious one in our show is that she discovers her ability to teleport when she's been sexually assaulted, and that power to teleport is always going to be associated with that trauma. So that's like a huge specific characteristic of our show that we've really embraced and we'll embrace moving forward too.
I think one of the other big differences is that our show takes place in a world where superpowers don't exist. So when this thing manifests itself in our lead character, 16-year-old high school girl, she doesn't assume that she's been blessed with a power in any way. First of all, it's a curse, but second of all, things like that don't happen. Very much the show takes place in the real world. So every time characters are confronted with unusual circumstances, they're seeking more grounded explanations than a superpower.
The last thing our characters would ever assume happened was teleportation. The first is, I might have been roofied, I might have smoked too much weed, I just blacked out because I have a seizure from my, the brain issues I've got. Like, it couldn't be teleportation.
Now, the second season ends in like a really exciting and interesting place.
The first season.
Our first season, sorry. Do you have any already immediate plans for a second season, or?
We'd like to.
Yeah, we don't have a pickup yet, but we've been talking. I mean, we obviously ended season 1 on a huge cliffhanger. We opened up the world intentionally, like in a much bigger way. I mean, the most significant thing I think we ended with was she knows how to trigger it now. When I don't know if I can give the spoiler, but she does something that triggers her teleportation.
She's gained an element of control that
she's gained
has escaped her.
And that's opening up a huge world for us for second season. So, in that last episode, season 1, she teleports to another country, and we want to do more of that moving forward, where she goes to incredible places from her little house in Reston.
Yeah, the challenge going forward is we've clearly opened up the world. We've taken a turn on the page, and yet the storytelling that we've established in season 1 is very personal. It's like, how can we open up the world at the same time as maintaining sort of the personal nature of the storytelling?
How much did the cast inform the show, and were things changed to kind of fit who you wanted to fill these roles with? What was it like, the casting development for building the series?
Yeah, we pretty much did that for all the characters, but the biggest one is our lead, Maddie. The character was conceived in a slightly different way on the page when we auditioned her, and we saw her and fell in love with her. Doug, our partner, who did also loved her, but thought she wasn't the person that we had in the script. And with a little bit of persistence from us, he said, "Well, I think she's great, so let's cast her, but we have to rewrite this role to be for her."
Yeah, she really influenced the character more than any other of the actors. But then I think, in the small ways, all of them did that. Missy Pyle, who's amazing, and was sort of unexpected casting in a drama like this. I think the writers just got more and more excited about writing for her, and that relationship they have both on and off screen has been fantastic.
And all the characters, all the actors brought a really specific take. Partially it was who they were, but the other part of it is they walked on the set and they saw how Doug was directing actors and saw what the sort of vibe was, and all sort of responded and really brought things to their characters. So it definitely, this show wouldn't be the show it is without these guys.
Yeah, even David James Elliott, once he really started understanding who this character was, he brought a bunch of things just to the writers and said, "Can we add this? Because I think it's who I am," and they did. It was really cool to see that.
Last question. Doug Liman is one of my favorite filmmakers. He's a busy guy.
He's right over there.
A lot on his plate. I'm sure. So how do you guys get him to divide his come back and forth between films and impulse? How does that work?
Well, we've been working with Doug for many, many years, and this was a passion project for Doug. Ever since he shot Jumper. He was really, passionate about the book series and wanted to figure out a way to continue the things that he explored in the movie. So he made time. This was really something that was important to him, and he stayed really close to it. We have a lot of shows we do that he doesn't stay close to. This one we can't keep him away.
But he always responds to material on the page. It's easy to get him interested in coming and doing a television show when it's there on the page. It's a little bit harder when we still have work to do with the script, but he always shows up when it's there.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you guys.